Menno Simons was from Holland. He was educated as a Roman Catholic and ordained as a priest. He began to study the Bible and Martin Luther's writings. This led him to join the Reformation. One day, Menno Simons saw a man have his head cut off as a punishment because the man was rebaptized as an adult. This led Menno Simons to study the Bible and learn about baptism. The Roman Church baptized babies, but in the Bible, Menno Simons found no evidence that babies should be baptized. But he saw everywhere that repentance and faith must be experienced before a person should be baptized. A baby cannot yet understand repentance or faith. Menno Simons left the Roman Church and gave his life to teach the truths he learned. In the Netherlands, if you were caught reading a Bible, they would burn you to death at the stake. If you were caught praying to God in secret, or refused to bow to a statue, or if you sang a psalm, you would be put to death. Men were killed by the sword. Women were buried alive. Young women would lay in their graves like they were going to sleep at night, or they went to their execution wearing their best clothes, like they were going to their wedding. They were dying as faithful witnesses for Jesus, and nothing could take away their joy. Wives would stand by their husbands while he was being burned at the stake and speak words of comfort to him or sing a psalm to cheer him. The martyr stood boldly for the truths that the Bible was the only perfect guide in religion, and that no one should be forced to believe. They should be won by preaching. Under the noble William of Orange, Holland won the freedom to worship God. Hans Tausen, the reformer of Denmark, found some of Martin Luther's writings and read them with joy. Tausen decided to go to Wittenberg to learn from Luther. When Tausen returned to the convent where he lived in Denmark, he began to teach the truths of the Bible. His superiors became very angry and kept him in a cell. But Tausen taught the gospel through the bars of his cell, and several monks joined the Protestant faith. The Danish priests kicked him out of the convent. Tausen was free to give the true gospel message, and many people came to listen. It wasn't long before Denmark declared that it accepted the Reformation. Sweden did not have the Bible. They only had a religion of empty ceremonies under the Roman Church, and the people were returning to the superstitious beliefs and pagan practices of their heathen ancestors. Two Swedish brothers, Olaf and Laurentius Petri, went to study with Martin Luther and Luther's friend Philip Melanchthon. When the Petri brothers went back home to Sweden, they taught their country the gospel truths they had learned. The Catholic priests stirred up the ignorant and superstitious people, and many times Olaf Petri was nearly killed by these mobs. The King of Sweden accepted the Protestant faith, and through the help of the Petri brothers, the Bible was translated into the Swedish language. The darkness of ignorance and superstition began to disappear from Sweden as the blessed light of the gospel shone in. Sweden became a hero of the Reformation and a strong defender of liberty of conscience.